bean footage. That's where that comes from.
Footage. It's bean.
No, bean.
Bean?
Bean. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
That's the dumbest thing. You video guys. Woo! Yeah, I'm not a video guy. I just kind of like have stuck my foot in the door. I don't like what I see. This is your Academy Insight. Oh, see, I screwed it up. See, I'm not doing the nose. Wait, I got it. I got this. Weather hit today, and originally it looked like this. So the weather looked like this. I wished it looked like this. That would have been awesome. But now it looks like this. Mother Nature failed me yet again.
You just doomed us to another 6 weeks of horrible winter weather.
I'm not a groundhog. If I step out of my cubicle and see my shadow, I don't think it really makes any difference at all. Anyway, big news this week. Secretary of Defense paid a little visit over to the Academy, and he talked to a bunch of the cadets about some of the things that were on his mind about the Air Force.
As future Air Force leaders, you will be the ones tackling the challenges of the 21st century head on. And those challenges will be significant. So today I want to talk to you about what I believe the Air Force of the 21st century must look like. A related quality you will need as leaders is accountability. Great leaders embrace accountability in all they do and are willing to accept criticism from within or outside their organization. Holding leaders to a high standard of performance and ethics is a credit to the Air Force. But to meet that standard going forward, you must have the discipline to cultivate integrity and moral courage from here at the Academy and then from your earliest days as a commissioned officer. But far from being a skeptic of air power, I believe that air supremacy in all its components will be indispensable to maintaining American military strength, deterrence, and global reach for decades to come. Here, to some degree, the Air Force is a victim of its own success. There hasn't been a U.S. Air Force airplane lost in air combat in nearly 40 years, or an American soldier attacked by enemy aircraft since Korea.
He also talked about the push for the new unmanned optional bomber. That's a great job for me. Oh, I'm not feeling it. I'm just gonna go remote today. I gotta check my email.
You're gonna spend $50 billion on an airplane. It better have email access.
Does this have Outlook on it? It's better have Outlook. He also was able to get out and taught a couple political science classes, which it's a good topic for him. You know, you can't get up to his position without some political background. Bet the cadets Facebook that, I'm sure. You know, he also was out at the staff tower during lunch and took a little time to wave at the crowd. And oh wait, look at this guy. Look at this guy. He's out there like, oh, hey, Secretary Gates, look at me, look at me. And then he probably told everybody, he probably emailed that photo home. He's like, look everybody, Secretary Gates is waving to me. All right, next up we have our radomes. They're still really white.
New domes on the block?
New domes. So they got a new look recently, as you can see, maybe here, yeah? Look right. Anyway, they were inspired by our football helmets due to their obvious similarities. The graphics section was actually asked to put this together for the Astro department, who actually owns the radomes, right? Yes. Yeah, that's right.
I was initially approached in 2008 to do conceptual drawings of what the golf balls themselves would look like to get approval for the Forest Service and everybody else.
That's right, he said 2008. That was about 3 years ago, even before the radomes were finished. This was all in the works, but you know, things tend to take a while.
I was informed that this was dead in the water twice. It wasn't going to happen.
All right, sounds simple, right? You know, put some stickers on a building. Not so, my friends. It's a little more difficult than that.
You're going around a cylindrical surface, and we put a thin line, center line, that's perfectly vertical. And then he's able to start with that and tape it and know that if that line's vertical, then he's got the tilt correct on both sides.
Now, and then there was the question of whether or not the material would affect the operation of the radomes.
The material that makes up those domes is very unique. They knew this stuff would function there wouldn't be any blockage of signal, anything like that.
So anyway, after a few long years and a bunch of discussion, another quotation mark with the fingers, because that's what I'm into. Anyway, the domes finally are all prettified and look Air Force-y. All right, now we got a construction update, sort of, because I didn't get a lot of information on this, but they got B-roll, so I got to talk about it. All right, solar array. It's right there. It's moving along. It's doing its thing, as you can see from the B-roll. That's just footage that's just rolling along while I'm talking. That's what B-roll is. Now you guys are in the know. The panels are in the process of being installed, and I believe, again, lack of research, I believe it's on track,
Yeah.
on the path
Yeah.
for
On the
completion.
rails.
Dorm renovation is rolling right along, again, as you can see from the B-roll. Excellent footage, by the way. It's really good stuff. I like it. Cadets will be, you know, living the life in their new spiffy dorms. Do we have any pictures of like what the new ones actually look like?
It's just right next door.
They just look like the old ones,
They look like the old ones. Yeah.
just with newer paneling.
Yeah. Well, the windows don't leak.
And the windows don't leak and it's warmer and
Yeah.
things like that. All right, and the Holiday Indoor Training Facility is taking form. You can actually kind of tell what it's going to be. Well, it kind of looks like a huge hangar right now. But I'm sure it'll look good when they put like a little fake football field in there.
Well, and that's kind of apropos. Hangar, Air Force.
Apropos. Excellent. Big word bonus. I think they may actually be able to use this thing by around the beginning of the football season. That's the scheduled time frame, right?
Yep.
They want to start using it for next season.
Yep.
It's going to be pretty awesome. We'll go in there, shoot some video. All right, now we have our sound off. This week we asked our 4 degrees to sound off with what they are most looking forward to after recognition.
Actually being able to listen to music and, you know, have headphones on and not have my door open during the middle of the day, you know, being able to take a nap.
There's a lot of things, but probably wearing civilian clothes is going to be what I'm most looking forward to.
I'm actually looking forward to being able to freely walk across the terrazzo for things such as going to the library to study or going down to the gym.
I'm looking forward to wearing my backpack.
Well, after recognition, we get the chance to go to Arnold Hall like throughout the week, and we can study there or get the food that's there.
Being friends with upperclassmen, not having to be so distracted in the hallways, just being normal, being able to say hello to someone.
Yep, it's the little things in life. You know, you think you have it rough because you like ran out of your coffee or someone took your parking space at work. These guys can't wear their backpacks at all ever, and they have to have their doors open at all times while they're in their room, and their life generally sucks for about 8 months or so. But that's why when they get along after recognition, it's such a big deal. See the way that all works? Academy Vault. Our Academy Vault item this week is a 1-inch bronze falcon from the Quamdominid Empire. I'm sure I got that right. No, actually, I just typed that. That's not actually what the name is. It'll be like down here or something. I'm sure you'll fix it in post. Anyway, it was a gift to the Academy in 1961 from Iran when we were still, you know, pretty friendly. You know, when we were sending each other birthday cards and stuff like that. I'm sure that happened. All right, now it's time for some on beam. This week we have Chief Master Sergeant Todd Salzman with on beam, the USAFA Command Chief.
I'm Chief Master Sergeant Todd Salzman, the Command Chief Master Sergeant for the United States Air Force Academy. I'm helping with the overall vision of how the United States Air Force Academy is going to work. Also, as far as how I develop the enlisted men and women that are here serving at the Air Force Academy, as well as kind of getting into some of that tactical stuff, you know, how we're working with the cadets every day, what we're going to do, and to prepare them to become second lieutenants of the United States Air Force. I get to go out and explore so much of what our cadets are doing, as well as provide some input to them. But I also have to deal with some of those wing things that that I'm used to.
The show's running right along. I'm really excited about how we're finishing strong. So anyway, now we have the sports rundown. Sports rundown. First up, we have the wing open. Yeah, that's right. He said 3rd straight wing open in 3 years. That guy's pretty hardcore. They take all the donations from everybody that's in the crowd, so usually fill up Clune Arena, as I know because I was there. So anyway, they take it all and they fill it all up and they They take donations, they donate all to the Air Force Assistance Fund, which we know is all airmen helping airmen. All around happiness, happy feelings from Wing Open, except for the guys that lost and got beat up. We got men's basketball. They split the series, their last 2 games of the season. They did beat TCU at home for seniors night, right? Yep. Yeah, I knew that. So they beat TCU at home for seniors night, which is a big deal for our seniors. Congratulations. Didn't have the best season, but hey, you win at home on seniors night, makes everything all right. And boom goes the dynamite. The women's team did have actually what they might consider a successful season. They beat the conference leader at the beginning of the season, which was a big deal. Yeah, they won 3 conference games, and before the season, it was 40 games that they had gone without winning a conference regular season game. So congratulations to the Lady Falcons. Did good. Oh, and one of these last losses was like a heartbreaker in overtime. Hockey opens up their first round of the playoffs this weekend with the best of 3 series against Sacred Heart. I'm totally going to this with my family. Had to buy 7 tickets. I had no intention of taking my kids. I asked my wife, I was like, hey, you want to go to the hockey game on Friday? All my kids, I want to go. Daddy Big Bucks is going to pay for all of the kids that go to the hockey game. Ridiculous. It's also daylight savings coming up here. What is it, March 13th? So that's what the graphic says. You know, so don't forget, I had no clue until I saw that they made this animation. I just wait until like the day before and people tell me. Somebody's bound to say, hey, so stupid, you know. And as a side note,
if you want